Hi guys and welcome back to the Mighty Blues. My name is of course Cameron and welcome back today to another video. It is Wednesday, last day here for myself in Cancun, and then back to regular live streams and videos on Friday once I am home. A little bit of news to talk about today. Firstly, I think the biggest piece of news, the most important piece of news, is that Sky Sports are reporting that Everton have agreed a £28 million bid from PSG for midfielder Gana. Obviously something that I think a lot of us seen coming. We spoke about it a couple of days ago when I done the video. We spoke about it very heavily in January when he was linked quite heavily to them, and obviously come out and said that it would be a dream to join them. I think, like I said, we all sort of seen it coming. We knew that if PSG were interested, the player was going to be interested. It's an attractive move, and I just want to say, listen, Gana is probably going to leave the club and move to PSG this summer, whether it's for the £28 million deal, whether it's, we get a little bit more money out of it, I'm not too sure. But I want to say, he's been an absolutely fantastic player for Everton Football Club over the last few years. Since he walked through the door, he's been absolutely excellent. And you know what? He's been a top professional as well. A lot of players in his situation in January, they spat the dummy, they refused to play. They said, well, you know what? I don't want to be here. You stop me from getting my dream move. But he didn't. He got his head down and he thought, you know what? I haven't got the move I wanted, so what? I'm going to get my head down and I'm going to play twice as as good as I've been playing, and then they might come back in for me in the summer. If they do, brilliant. If they don't, and what? And that's exactly what he done. I actually thought he performed better from January onwards than pre-January. Last season I thought he was absolutely fantastic. So I just want to say, if it is time for the Gana to leave the football club, a massive thank you for everything that he's given to us, a massive thank you for being a top professional towards the back end of last season. And you know what, as much as I don't want him to go, and as devastating as it is, and as tough as it is to take, because Marco Silva and Marcel Brands have now got an even bigger job on their hands. They had a massive job inside of bringing a striker that was going to take us to that next level. They've now got the job of replacing probably our most important player, a player that, there's not many players in the Premier League, there's not many players in the world, in my opinion, that can do the job as Gana does as good as he can do it. So it's a massive job for Brands, it's a massive job for Silva. Already a couple of rumoured replacements lined up. We know Fabian Delph isn't going to be the replacement. Marco Silva's already made that very clear, that Fabian Delph isn't a replacement for the Gana. So I guess we'll just have to see what Brands and Silva have got up the sleeve over the next couple of days and weeks. It looks like Gay will be moving to PSG over the next sort of couple of days. So you know what? It is what it is. It's a tough one to take because of how good he is. It's a tough one to take because, of how much he's given the club for the last few years. But if the player wants to leave, it's his dream move. We denied them of it in January because of them circumstances. If he comes out now and says, listen, I want to go and play Champions League football, I want to go and play in the country that, I speak the home language of, then that's absolutely fair enough. And you know what? He's been an absolutely fantastic player for us over the, the four or five seasons that he's been at Everton Football Club. So yeah, a little bit devastating, not the best news to start off the video with. Obviously, like I said, it's a massive job for Brands and Silva now. They've got to go out and they've got to find a player that can come in and that can do the job as good, if not better than a Gana can. And to be honest, I watch quite a bit of football and I haven't seen many footballers that can do the job that a Gana can do as well as him. So you never know. Brands has got connections all over the world, so I dare say there's a couple of players that he's got up his sleeve, and I really don't think the club would sell a Gana if we didn't have somebody lined up to come in that can replace him. And I think that's what we sort of seen in January. We've seen a situation where, yes, okay, there was a bid in there by PSG. Yes, it was, obviously lower than the bid that they put in this time, but I think the club were in a situation where they thought, we haven't got anybody to come in to replace him. We haven't got anybody lined up. We don't know a player that can come in to replace him now, so we're not going to sell him. Whereas I think the club were well aware, I think Brands and Silva were well aware that this situation was going to pop up again this summer. PSG were going to put another bid in, probably a higher bid, 29 years old, £28 million. It is tough to refuse when you look at it like that, but I think, like I said, Brands and Silva have now been looking over the last sort of 3 or 4 months, and they've probably found a couple of players that could come in, and hopefully found a couple of players that could come in and do the job at Gana does. I'm not saying that it's a brilliant piece of business. I'm not saying that I'm happy with it. I'm not happy with it. He's one of our, if not our most important player, in terms of how crucial he is crucial he is to the setup in terms of the partnership between him and Andre Gomes in that midfield. We spoke about it for the entirety of last season from when Andre Gomes come in. You've got two players there that do two different jobs, one that sweeps up and does the dirty work, and one that's got the slick skills and ability to do the more nicer work in the midfield. And obviously we're losing a key part of that, and I agree with Marco Silva. Fabian Delph isn't going to come in and he isn't going to do the job that Idrissa Gana Gueye can do. So it'd be really interesting to see what happens with that over the next couple of weeks, couple of days and weeks. Like I said, pretty much inevitable that PSG were going to put another bid in, and pretty much inevitable that Idrissa Gana Gueye's head was going to be turned once again. And £28 million for the 29-year-old midfielder. He's given us some fantastic years. Yes, it's not ideal. Yes, I'm not really happy with it, but again, it's one of those situations in football where you can't really do much about. The player wants to leave, the club have got an offer that isn't the worst in the world. I ideally would have liked more, because I think for me, Idrissa Gana Gueye's worth a lot more than £28 million to Everton. In the current market, no matter what you value at, he might be worth, shitloads of money to any other club, but for me he's worth double £28 million for Everton for what he gives to our football club. But if the player doesn't want to be here, if he wants to go and pursue his career somewhere else, if he thinks this is his last opportunity to really go and win domestic competitions and play in the Champions League alongside some top players, then that's fair enough to him. It's now our job to look at replacements, and our job to have a look at players and think, right, who can come in and do the job as good, if not better, than Idrissa Gana Gueye. And I dare say we'll be rumoured to a shitload of midfielders over the next sort of couple of days and weeks. But yeah, that's the latest Sky Sports report on that. Everton have agreed a deal, or have agreed a fee with PSG for around £28 million for Idrissa Gana Gueye. So I'll keep you up to date over the next couple of days regarding that one. Hopefully he doesn't leave the club tomorrow while I'm on a flight, so that when he does leave we can cover it, and obviously we can talk a little bit more in depth on stream next week about what we're going to be losing, and what we can gain from bringing in a player that's a little bit younger, that's maybe got a little bit more than Idrissa Gana Gueye has. But that is going to be absolutely unbelievably difficult to find, but that's what Marcel Blanden's been brought in to do, hasn't it? We've all been saying, we all sat here last season, and we've all sat here over the last few months saying this is where Brands makes his money. Now, we brought in 6 really good signers last season. They all got to hit the ground running fairly well, I'd say, maybe with the exception of IMMINENT due to injury. Obviously he's brought one back in Andre Gomes on a permanent. We're struggling to bring another one back in Kurt on a permanent, so it's time for Marcel Brands to make his money now. He's now got to fill the boots of Idrissa Gana Gueye, which is going to be terrifically difficult, and he's got to fill the boots of a striker that we desperately need as well. So I suppose we'll see how that one sort of goes on over the next couple of days and weeks. Let me know your thoughts on that one in the comments section down below. The new away kit has also been released. I don't know if you've seen it. For me, I think it's absolutely unbelievable. It's a salmon pinky orangey colour with blue detail. Listen, I think it's absolutely boss. I think Umbro have done a belter job again. Listen, I think the home kit's good. I think it's quite simplistic. It's got a decent design on the front. It's nice, but this away kit for me, they've absolutely smashed it out the park with it. If you haven't seen it, go over to our Twitter at MightyBluesYT, or just go on Twitter and type in Everton new away kit. It's everywhere. It's absolutely unbelievable. Like I said, salmon pinky orangey colour with the blue detail. Everton released it at around 6:30 this morning UK time. I just got back from a night out in Cancun. I was a little bit tipsy, shall we say. Go on my phone and see it's been released, and I was like, oh, my head's blew off here. Is this real, or am I just in a dreamland of Freddie Mercury and Queen tunes from the club we were at? But yeah, listen, I think it's absolutely unbelievable. Let me know your thoughts on it. You mightn't like it, it mightn't be your cup of tea. Obviously, that's what opinions are about. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. The Blues will be debuting it tonight against Wigan. We play Wigan in around an hour's time, so yeah, it'll be first worn then. You've pretty much seen every single player with it on, because the photo should, show the majority of the squad with the kit on. But listen, just in short, I think it's absolutely unbelievable. I think it's boss. I love it, and I can't wait for the 1st of August until it goes on sale. I'll be getting right down the shop and I'll be purchasing it. But it might be everyone's cup of tea. I sort of like kits that are a little bit different, a little bit of a different colour, something that you're not used to seeing. I'm not really into the plain white kits or the plain black kits, but yeah, let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below on that one. Of course, like I said, Everton will face Wigan tonight in another pre-season game over at the DW Stadium in Wigan. The closest game to Goodison Park that we will play in this pre-season. The lads will debut the new kit, and the likes of Jordan Pickford are there, Luca Dean, Bernard, Gylfi Sigurdsson, all set to be involved in that game as well. So we'll be reporting on that one on Friday, once I'm home from Cancun and sat at my desk doing a live stream as per usual. Final bit of news is that the Everton, the proposed stadium images for the new stadium at Bramley-Moore Docks are due to be released tomorrow. Now I wanted to talk about this a little bit because, like I said previously, I'll be on a flight tomorrow for 10.5 hours, so I'm likely going to miss this. If I do miss it, obviously I won't be able to cover it on Twitter, I won't be able to cover it on YouTube. If I don't, I'll have tweets out and I'll hopefully have a little quick video up before we leave. But say it is done while I'm on the plane, I'll be covering it all on Friday. I'm hoping to come back on Friday and do, you know, quite a decent length live stream talking about it to Gana game, talking about the new kits, obviously, because both have been released while I've been away, talking about the new stadium images as well. So yeah, like I said, they are due to be released tomorrow on Twitter, so don't forget to go and follow the People's Project, follow Everton over on Twitter, so you can make sure that you see them before anybody else. And in case I am on a flight, in case I don't see them, I'll be reporting on them on Friday once I get home as well. So really exciting news, something to look forward to for everybody tomorrow. It'll be brilliant to see all the images, it'll be brilliant to see the virtual reality sort of style look around the stadium, and it's just absolutely unbelievable to get another update on the stadium, because I think that's what we've all been waiting for now for a few months. It's just a little bit more news, a little bit more of an update on, you know, what we should see for Bramley-Moore Docks. But anyway, that's going to do it for today's video. If you have enjoyed, please do leave a like, leave your comments down below on everything that we've spoken about today, and don't forget to hit the subscribe button if you are new as well. I'll be back on Friday, like I said, sitting at my desk doing a normal live stream as per usual, back in the swing of things. The content's going to be coming thick and fast, obviously leading into the Premier League season. I've got some good ideas for some new content as well, so don't forget to check all that out. Leave a like if you have enjoyed, don't forget to follow us on Twitter at MightyBluesYT, and hit the subscribe button if you are new. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you soon.